Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the beautiful Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as we have a big night of action in store for you, and it's all brought to you by Top Rank Incorporated in association with the Mandalay Bay, eBay Sports, and Showtime. Well, fans, at this time we present the first of our world title attractions, brought to you courtesy of Gary Shaw Productions and sanctioned by the IBF President Marion Muhammad, Supervisor Lou Pryluker. This is, along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the chairman is Skip Avencino. Introducing to you our three judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Robert Hoyle. From Minneapolis, Minnesota, Denny Nelson. And also from Las Vegas, we have Glenn Trowbridge. Our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, working in this his 22nd world title bout, Tony Weeks. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing white trunks with gold trim and fighting out of Detroit, Michigan. He weighed in at a ready 167 pounds. His record stands at 26 wins, 1 defeat, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the IBF number 15 ranked super middleweight contender. Please welcome the challenger, known as Mr. Hollywood, introducing Rubin Williams. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks and fighting out of St. Petersburg, Florida. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 167 pounds. He is undefeated with a record of 18 wins, no losses, 1 no decision with 14 wins, coming by way of knockout. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is making the second defense of his title. Please welcome the IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the World, introducing the undefeated Jeff Lacy. Once again, a referee in charge, Tony Weeks, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing schedule.
Tony, wait on Joe, right?
Okay.
Come on, Jeff!
Hey, Jeff. Okay, gentlemen, you both received your instructions in your dressing room. Okay, right here is good, anything else is going to be low. Right here is good, anything else is going to be low. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
As you immediately notice the height differential, Williams the taller of the two, but as we close in on Lacy's second defense, Jeff Lacy, who has started faster of late, has for some reason been very reluctant to throw the jab in fights while he has no reservations in the gym, and it's a good jab. No questioning his powerful right hook, which is where Rubin Williams comes in. How long can he keep Lacy on the outside with his jab, and how will Williams respond if Lacy really connects with one of his bombs? So here we go, Jeff Lacy in the blue trunks and Rubin Williams in the white with gold. Williams, a boxer puncher, relies heavily on a power jab. New trainer Chuck McGregor, who recently took over for Emmanuel Stewart, says they've dramatically improved Williams' power in the right hand with balance and footwork. And they feel Lacy will be looking for Williams' overhand right the first 7 rounds, should it go that long. But he won't be throwing it. He says the key will be his jab. This the talk of Rubin Williams.
These first rounds are very important for Rubin Williams, obviously. He needs to do 2 things. He needs to, as you pointed out, use the jab to control this fight. But I firmly believe he needs to land something in the first couple rounds that will get Jeff Lacy's respect.
Now we wonder if Williams is quick enough to avoid Lacy's power to get out of the way of those punches. Will he telegraph, and will he pay if he misses?
Now this is a big ring in this at the Mandalay Bay, and let's point out right off the bat, very good work with the jab by Williams. I mean, he's landing, not everything's landing, but they're good solid jabs. Oh my, wow.
But now Lacy goes to work, and the crowd senses Jeff Lacy's power. Body shots by Lacy. And then back comes Williams, gainly with a straight right.
He kept his head about him when he got against those ropes, Steve. He did not cave into the power of Lacy, at least with that first onslaught. And what you like is his poise.
So Rubin Williams off to a cool start under pressure. We approach a minute remaining in the opening round, scheduled for 12.
Hands free, hands free, hands free.
Tony Weeks with the instructions, the third man. He worked the Lacy Omar Shika fight back in December. Here's that jab again. Again, it's not a probing jab by Williams. It's got some sting to it. And it's keeping him at bay, Al.
And the other key is you see him doubling up with that jab. If you throw a double jab, it's going to be very tough for a puncher to get on the inside against him. That, of course, is where Williams doesn't want to be on those ropes.
Hands free, hands free, hands free.
And a beautiful countering left hook to the jaw by Lacy. Williams threw a flurry, and then all it took was one punch by Lacy to get his attention. And now a right uppercut to the chin by Lacy. You got to be careful on the inside with Lacy. Not where you want to be.
Good first round. Take a deep breath. Good first round. Okay, good first round. Don't slug with him. Okay. Boxing more. Okay. Deep breaths.
Jeff Lacy was able to get on the inside against Rubin Williams at this point. It was the right hand that drove him back against the ropes, and yet another. And yet during this whole flurry, you see Williams keeping his eye on Lacy and countering pretty well, and that would lead us to later on in the round. That right hand, not a monstrous right hand, but certainly enough to keep Lacy off him. Now, probably what won Jeff Lacy this round was at the end of the round. That was a very good counter left hook he threw. And I think that last flurry at the end might have won Lacy this round.
You know, Al, no matter who Lacy is fighting, he feels he has to be at his best, mentally and physically, because guys who are even ranked number 15, like Rubin Williams, will raise their game, knowing this is his moment, his Super Bowl, his time to shine. Again, Lacy working the body. A whipping right hand by Williams, but one and done.
Dan Birmingham had to like that sequence, the trainer of Jeff Lacy, because there were combinations involved. When Lacy throws punches in combination, he's so much more effective, and he's capable of it.
Yeah, they want Lacy not only to demonstrate his prodigious power, but his boxing ability. He was more successful his last fight versus Shika when he jabbed and then ripped to the body.
You know, Williams has fought 14 of his 27 fights over the 168-pound limit. That when he weighed in, not now he's 176, but I mean he weighed in before the fight.
Hands free.
So he's a little more comfortable at a higher weight, really, even than this.
He's been as high, Al, as 192. Yep. He has really fluctuated, and as low as 160. He claims he's more comfortable now at 168, although, as you said, checking in at 176.
And when he got down to around 160 was when he got knocked out.
First round, that was at the Joe Louis Arena, 42 seconds into the fight, and he was just obliterated.
A reminder, too, and if you've seen Jeff Lacy fight before, you know that it frequently takes 2 or 3 rounds before he starts to pick up the pace, and his power is such an equalizer in fights. So while Williams is definitely doing a very good job now with things like that jab and right hand, you have to keep in the back of your mind that Lacy is very good as you head into the middle round. This is a very good fight, though. This is a very entertaining and interesting fight between these two super middleweights.
something Jeff Lacy would like to change, though.
Yeah. I don't know if that's ever going to change, Steve. I really don't.
Rubin Williams does not want to be on the ropes against the power of Jeff Lacy. There it is. A rocking left hook. A flurry by Lacy. Williams in trouble. A lot of heart by Rubin Williams.
What a sequence. And Williams landed two fantastic right hands. There's another one, and Lacy's not backing up.
Pulverizing shots by Lacy, Al. Upstairs and to the body.
Hey, this is one of the best sequences back and forth we've seen in a long time.
Rubin Williams showing a great chin and great resolve. Bombs by Lacy, raining them.
But you know, now Williams is waiting there. Wow, that was a fascinating round. Got himself trapped on the ropes, and Jeff Lacy did some very, very good work. What made this interesting to me is that Lacy landed big bombs and certainly hurt Rubin Williams with some shots. Williams had the presence of mind to land 3 or 4 unbelievable counter right hands, but Jeff Lacy just, you see him bombing. There's one right hand there's another one by Williams. And yet Jeff Lacy doesn't stop, continues to throw a variety of punches that land. Now, not everything was landing here, but enough was landing clearly to cause distress. There was another great right hand by Williams. What a fine sequence for both fighters, certainly better for Lacy.
And because of the fact that Williams was fighting back, you couldn't call that a knockdown. Sometimes a referee would call that a knockdown, saying the ropes kept him up. Lacy goes right back to business. A right uppercut counter by Rubin Williams. Again, Williams on the ropes.
You know, no matter what happens in this fight, I'm happy to declare Rubin Williams has shown he's a pretty good fighter. And of course, he was an excellent amateur, but he hasn't faced tough competition as a pro. And the one time he stepped up, as you pointed out, he was knocked out.
1-2 versus Lacy in the amateurs. His only win in the Golden Gloves, the National Golden Gloves. Lacy again going to the body. Now upstairs to the top of the head, so he's really mixing it up. And then a countering left-right combination by Jeff Lacy.
Give him up,
Williams wisely gets out of there again, almost trapped against the ropes once again.
This is a shootout reminiscent of when Lacy won the title against Sid Vanderpool. And I'll tell you what else Jeff Lacy is showing and reminding us of. He can take a punch. Less movement from Williams, you see. And that's a problem for him right now.
Lacy continues to try to cut down the taller Rubin Williams. Straight right hand got through the guard by Lacy. And here's Williams again, trapped against the ropes. Same spot he was before. But he hints back. Another whipping right hand by Rubin Williams.
Who would have thought that on the inside, Williams would be able to get something done, and he has, even though Lacy's probably again winning the round with his volume of punches, but hey, he found a home for that counter right.
A beautiful right cross to the head by Rubin Williams. Lacy barely budged.
Well, you got a bird's eye view of some of the best inside action you're ever going to see.
Look at this exchange.
Great counter punching by Williams off the ropes.
Hands free, hands free. Stop, stop. I got you.
Williams proving he is no slouch, no club fighter. Staying in there and then some against the champion, hard-hitting Jeff Lacy. Although Lacy clearly dominating.
Okay. It's the only mistake you're making. Don't drop your ass on the inside. Keep them up high all the time.
How you feel, Tim? Good. Good.
Jeff, when you're inside, break. Break and break. Step out. Punch. Not here. Here. Water.
He's trying to counter, so be careful.
Come on. Big deep breath.
Well, they talked about countering in the Lacy corner. And you see, they want Lacy to take a step back and get his punches out there. When he's in that punching range, that kind of right hand is landing by Williams. And we see another look at it. Good short right hand by Williams. Wow. I mean, that's a short, powerful punch, but Jeff Lacy takes it in stride.
Dan Birmingham over there also trains Winky Wright, which is why he's here. Close friend of Jeff Lacy's, and Birmingham, the 2004 Trainer of the Year, his fourth pro fight with Lacy after being with Jeff for over 100 amateur fights. Chuck McGregor would like to see Rubin Williams fighting from the outside more, and talk about comeback stories. McGregor, Williams' trainer, surviving a heart attack, a couple of strokes, triple bypass to get back into the sport.
He's really a well-respected, nice guy in the boxing game. You know, the interesting thing about Williams is, and what you said, McGregor wants him on the outside, he also showed ability on the inside against Jeff Lacy, and that is the kind of thing that will keep him in this fight. Good body work. You know, we talked about Lacy working the body, Steve. They could have rewards in 3 or 4 rounds, but he's doing that.
Yeah, go to the body and then take the head is the old adage.
Williams is boxing very well in this round.
And the crowd getting behind the underdog. That comes Lacy on the charge. It has been pretty much all action, non-stop, through 3+ rounds. Lacy just teeing off, missing. Back comes Williams with a heavy right hand over the top.
We've seen Jeff Lacy in troubled waters before, but right now, Rubin Williams in round 4 getting a lot done.
Now here's Lacy with a left that starts a flurry. But Williams again showing his mettle. That one blocked by Williams' glove, but even those have to hurt. Williams missing there both times. And Lacy getting Williams on the ropes. In the last round, they spent 1:26 along the ropes. Probably 1:26 too long for Williams' trainer's liking.
And you know,
oh, what a right hand by Williams. But once again, Lacy nearly just hardly flinched.
You know, for all their protestations that he can't fight on the ropes, guess what? He's fighting pretty good off the ropes, even though he takes punishment. But he's better off in the center of the ring.
But this is like suicide against Lacy. But what a right hand by Williams. The only problem is he's doing it in the wrong place. Shouldn't be doing it on the ropes.
Don't stop dead the whole fight. Keep yourself moving.
Same movement, baby.
Breathe. Breathe. Breathe.
In the center of the ring and on the outside, Williams was excellent in that last round. The jab, the straight right hand landing very, very effectively. Lacy trying to shake that off. But Jeff Lacy was able to push him against the ropes and land some good shots. There's the jab that Lacy has not been using as much as he would like in this fight, and was able to get a little work on the inside. These exchanges on the ropes are fascinating. For all intents and purposes, you wouldn't think Williams could even survive in this posture, and yet, not only has he survived, in some instances, as you see there, he has flourished.
Bordering on amazing that Williams has not been down in this fight. Round 5. Williams taking some vicious blows to the midsection and the head, and yet offering back, like right here. Very pesky.
You know, Williams claims that the reason he got knocked out in 1 round was that he went down to 162 pounds. He couldn't do it. We always assume that's an excuse by a fighter. Guess what? Maybe it's real, because he's taking big punches. You know, he's up at 176 at fight time, 168 when the weigh-in happened. So perhaps at this weight, he is a handful, because he's being that tonight.
Yeah, he was saying he had a nightmare with the weight, and also an honest answer, he just simply got caught. Take a look at the press row scoring. William Trio has it the biggest disparity. William from Boxing2005.com, Robert Morales, the LA Daily News, and Steve Kim from MaxBoxing.com.
I have it even at 38-38. And this fight, for Williams to get credit in this fight, you're going to have to really watch him on those ropes. You're going to have to know what punches are blocked and what punches aren't blocked. And of course, that's up for interpretation, clearly. But there's no question that in the center of the ring, Williams is more effective. But Lacy drives him to the ropes and keeps him there. Good body work. And that could pay big dividends for Lacy. Wow, those are excellent body shots.
And an overhand right by Rubin Williams. But the busier of the two is the champion. There's a left uppercut that sent Williams' head back. Vicious shots by Lacy with evil intent. And you wonder what's holding Williams up. Again, a barrage. Then the right uppercut.
Epifanio Mendoza knocked him out in 1 round. How do you do that?
Great question after what we're seeing here.
Good round for Lacy, though. Even though some counter punches landing by Williams, Jeff Lacy's been effective.
Back comes Williams out as you say that. But just 1 punch and no follow. And a left hook, a sweeper. Lacy missing with the right, countering shot by Williams, and then Williams goes to work. And he gets the crowd going.
How you feeling, kid? You good?
You can fight this fucker right with this side right here.
It's got swelling in. All right. Don't blow your nose. All right.
Williams against the ropes, a familiar posture in this bout. It's been a mixed bag for him, but not good here. Tremendous body work by Jeff Lacy, which he wants to do for later in the fight, and that body work spawned some good work to the head on the ropes as well. Although, you see the countering still coming from Williams. You wouldn't have expected this bout to be fought so much as that uppercut, and he would follow after that with another uppercut. But the jab straight right hand for Williams. Certainly we thought it would be a big weapon for him, and man, he just kept using it at the end of that round, and it landed.
Jeff Lacy has had to have gained the respect. Right here from Rubin Williams, the way he has held up. Again, Lacy just pounding away.
There's no question that Lacy has to respect Rubin Williams and know that this guy's a pretty good fighter at this juncture. Now, when Williams is using that jab in the center of the ring, it's effective. If he could stay in the center of the ring, Steve, Williams would be in good shape in this fight, but either because he can't or because Lacy pushes him against the ropes, that's when he gets in that posture. Which isn't to say he doesn't do some good countering there, but clearly it's not the way to beat Lacy.
Now, you got to believe Williams doesn't want to be here against the ropes. He just keeps getting forced over the power and strength of Jeff Lacy. And
And he might not have the stamina at this juncture in this fight to keep the movement in the center of the ring.
Well, against Epifanio Mendoza, when he got crushed in that obliteration, it was up against the ropes in similar fashion. Now able to turn Lacy around, but stays outside now.
And there's the jab coming from Rubin Williams.
Let him up.
You know, Dan Birmingham thought Jeff Lacy was a little stale in his last fight because they only had a week off before they went back into training after the Vanderpool fight, getting ready for Omar Chica. And he's not stale tonight. He's performing very well. It's just that so is Williams.
Oh, a big right hand to the jaw by Williams that connected.
This is as action-packed a fight as you would like to see. I mean, they are throwing great punches and landing a lot. Oh, it's a great uppercut by Lacy.
Another big right hand by Williams. And Lacy again showing his beard. Oh, what a whack by Williams with the right hand. And what does it do? Nothing.
Some of those rights by Williams are a little slapping. Not all of them, but some.
Again, the close range, the infighting. Williams using the elbow and shoulder a little bit. But it's Lacy scoring here. Oh, man, what shots by Lacy. What's holding Williams up? Literally saved by the bell.
Ropes like that. You can't stay in the ropes like that.
Gotta stay off the ropes.
Take a deep breath. Look at me for a minute. When you look at
Let me see the doctor.
Look at me for a minute. How you feeling? Good.
How you feeling?
Good. You have a headache? Watch it after the bell, please. No, that was clean. No, it's after the bell. Take a deep breath, baby. Open up. Okay.
Well, to say Jeff Lacy was effective at the end of the round is a gross understatement. He threw very good, compact, and accurate punches once he got Williams against the ropes here. It all starts with the uppercut, which he found a home for a round or two ago. And then he threw some very exact combinations that would hurt Williams after Williams had countered very well off the ropes. Here's where he started to really nail him and landed some monstrous hooks and those uppercuts. And had this been earlier in the round, certainly Williams would have gone down.
Barring a miracle, this just looks like a matter of time for Lacy. He comes out in furious fashion, frenetically throwing punches. Williams doing all he can to fight back. Blasting away monstrous shots by Lacy. Tony Weeks looking very close. And Williams keeps throwing back, so Weeks can't stop it. Fight back. It could be one punch, though, to end this. Unbelievable. That's it. Finally, Tony Weeks. No arguments. Saving Rubin Williams from further battering and punishment.
Joe, I'm coming to get you, baby. Give me my
Referring to Joe Calzaghe.
Jeff Lacy's a warrior, and so is this man.
How you doing? I'm good. You know where you are?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Okay.
Okay.
You handle your business, baby. You look good, baby. What I told you, once you heard him, DJ, you came right out there. I got on his ass. You look good, baby. Handle your business. Let me see that.
The best question of the night was to Rubin Williams. Do you know where you are?
You know, Rubin Williams performed exceptionally well in this fight, even in losing, and probably raised his stock as a super middleweight.
There was too many headshots, huh? Yeah, too many. He's in good shape, but I was ready to stop him.
Real deal. Good new real.
And that's the man who
I
offered
want to
up
unify them belts.
the headshot.
Super middleweight championship. Unify. It never been done before. I'm looking to do it. Look over here. There you go. And look, he's amazing.
Well, that is his immediate goal, to unify the title. But again, not a lot of marquee names at the super middleweight top. That is why he needs that fight with Calzaghe.
Trust your conditions, son.
How can such a nice guy outside the ring?
Still, baby. He was talking a lot of junk.
This is so mean.
This way you do all your work. I don't do no talking. I let these do the talking.
Jeff Lacy very anxious to get things over with in this fight after he had hurt Rubin Williams. He jumps out at the beginning of the round, right after Williams, sensing that barrage was too much for Williams. And look how quickly he got across the ring and how quickly he got on top of him, knowing that this kind of barrage could cause the fight to be stopped. It is, to my way of thinking, astonishing that Rubin Williams was able to take this kind of punishment. Jeff Lacy is as hard a puncher as you'd ever want to have hit you at 168 pounds, or maybe 175, and yet Williams was able to hang in there, never did actually go down, and Tony Weeks ultimately, as you hear him saying fight back, ultimately had to stop this fight. And he did, by the way, a very good job of stopping it.
That's it.
That's a warrior. And you know, with Jeff Lacy, as we look at it again, we talk about the fact that he's vulnerable. You can get to him, as Rubin Williams did early in this fight and really throughout it. But man, you have got to get Jeff Lacy out of there, because if you don't, his power will ultimately come back to hurt you. And that's what it did in this fight. His power is the equalizer in any fight he's in. And when he gets you in trouble, he is a very strong finisher. We've seen it in a number of fights, and we see it right here. And you know, Jeff Lacy has deficiencies. He's not the greatest defensive fighter on the planet. Sometimes he doesn't put all his punches together. But you can say all you want about him. He's a skilled young man who punches so hard, he could beat anybody, anytime, if he hits him.
The only wonder is, how will he hold up? How will that chin hold up against a guy who can really, like Calzaghe?
Well, we'll see. He's been hit by some guys, but Joe Calzaghe has to take his power, and we know, having seen Calzaghe against Mitchell, we know Calzaghe can be knocked down.
All right, let's get it up to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 47 seconds in round number 7. Our referee in charge, Tony Weeks, stops the contest. He's the winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, and still the IBF super middleweight champion of the world, Jeff Left Hook Lacy.